How do you clarify what you want from the second half of life? Give me the next few minutes, and I'm going to share 4 ways that you can do that. Hey, if we don't already know each other, I'm Scott Perry, Encore life coach and author of The Art of Encore Living, a guide to find fulfillment, forge meaning, and make a difference in the second half of life. And this is day 7 of 30 Days of Encore. This is where I'm doing an over-shoulder look at the launch of my book and also the community of readers that are going through the book together. It's a free community. We're gathering for our first Legacy Circle call today, where we're going to go through this complete document that I'm about to show you. But today I'm going to give you the first 4 of 7 tips for clarifying what you really want from the second half of life. Before I do that, I'd like to, before I go any further, I should let you know that if you're interested in learning more about the guide, put guide into the comments. I'll send you the details about where you can get it on Amazon and elsewhere. And if you'd like to learn more about the free community of readers going through the book together and going deeper and further with ideas that are not inside the book, leave community in the comments. I'll send you the details to join that community for free. It is a pitch-free, spam-free zone. We're just a community of learners leveling up in our endeavors to live our legacy in the second half of life, find more fulfillment, forge greater meaning, and make a difference by defining what we really want from the second half of life and playing our game to get there. So before I go into today's teaching, I did want to give you a little update on the book. Book is continuing to rank in 3 Amazon bestseller categories, but the big news today is that we have, excuse me, I just clicked the wrong thing. The big news today is that we have our first review. So people have been reviewing the book. Of course, it takes Amazon a little while to decide whether or not they're going to post the reviews. So I think at this point, at least half a dozen people have told me they've reviewed the book. But what I have for you today are the first 2. And just wanted to show you that real quick. And then we'll get on with today's teaching. So there we are. We have our first review, 5-star review in the United States, and our first 5-star review from another country. I believe this one is from France, and indeed it is. So yeah, that's really exciting. If you have already purchased or been gifted the book, I would love for you to go to the Amazon sales page, the Art of Encore Living, and go ahead and give us a review. It really helps connect the book with more of the right readers, the people that will benefit from colliding with the principles and practices so that they can level up in their adventures in Encore Living. So please consider doing that. To get through today's teaching, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm just going to go through a document that people that are attending the free call today are going to get. If you would like to join the community of readers called The Art of Encore Living in Success Finder and join the Legacy Circle calls, which are also free weekly calls to go further and deeper with the principles and practices in the book, all you have to do is put community in the comments and I'll send you the details. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be going over in the call today. And again, I'll be sharing the complete document with everyone that comes on the call. But if you look here, you'll see we're going to look at how to clarify what you really want from the second half of life. I'm going to give you a total of 7 tips. Today, I want to share 4 of them with you. And so again, what we're doing here is we're looking at how can we clarify what we really want from the second half of life. And what I assert here is that it requires a little bit of effort, introspection, exploration, and experimentation. But here's the thing. When you do this in community and when you do it with a trusted guide by grabbing your copy of the book, it will be a lot less stressful. It will require more effort. You'll only be focusing on the essential things, and you'll be doing them in a way that's much more efficient. So the 7 steps, we have 3 of them that are really outlined in full inside the book. Identify your values, explore your talents, consider where you belong. In the book, there's a 3-step process. There's a Venn diagram. I give you scientifically vetted surveys that you can take to dial in your 5 core values, another one to dial in your 5 core talents. And then I just simply assert that you belong with people who share your values and need your talents to enhance their lives so that you can work together to make things better in your second half of life endeavor. What we're going to really concentrate on the call today is this, which is reflecting on your past. So I shared a little bit about this yesterday. My assertion is that our lives are not these moments of reinvention from child to student to worker to spouse to parent to retiree. It's not this disconnected string of things that most of us, when we reflect back on our lives, don't see that our lives are just a long sequence of reinventions, but there's usually some sort of theme or silver thread running through. And one of the ways that I have found working with hundreds of clients is to look back. Okay, so my assertion is you're becoming to become who you're meant to be. All you have to do is be what you've always been. So by reflecting on your childhood and your teen years and looking at those ideas and activities that really lit you up, those moments when you experienced a sense of awe and wonder, when you were engrossed in activities and experiencing flow. It might have been just interests, it might have been hobbies, it might have been sports, it might have been just thinking about big ideas. What are those moments in your childhood that really informed what it takes for you to experience a greater sense of joy and tranquility and peace of mind in your day-to-day life? It's not necessarily that you'll find that, oh, I used to really love music, so I should become a musician, or I should become a music critic, or I should become a venue owner, or anything like that. It's just helping you see the kinds of things that you did that will help you remember and re-engage and reconnect with who you've always been. You were born sufficient and whole. The proof is just in your earliest accomplishments. You learned to walk and talk and read and write with very little instruction, just a lot of patience and persistence. All those abilities were within you, and you worked to bring them out. And if you look at your life and all those things that you felt really lit up by and really engrossed in, and that sense of flow, you'll start to see that the narrowing of your life's next true calling. It will involve some of those types of activities. You will be exploring some of those same kind of ideas. And again, you'll probably see a silver thread or a theme in your life, that there's some things that you've been doing for a very, very long time. So I'll just quickly share a little bit of my experience with this exercise. Some of my earliest memories were around creativity. I'd love to draw. I love to color. I love to paint. I love to get on my parents' old typewriter and create little books and illustrate them. I created a family newspaper. I had my first business, a lemonade stand, when I was 7 years old. I actually figured out how to sell out my lemonade in just an hour or so by opening up at the crack of dawn and waiting for the garbage collectors to come by. They would usually clear me out. I found some patterns to make puppets that were kind of like those Muppet puppets that I grew up with. And a friend and I sewed together some puppets, wrote some scripts, built a stage, put on shows for kids, loved music, loved sports, loved all sorts of things. And when I think about all those things in my life, I have been a teacher because I love to share information. I love to share experiences. I love to share knowledge and explore ideas. I was a professional musician because I love to entertain. I loved to be in front of a crowd. I love to create celebration. And now I'm an Encore life coach, and because I enjoy creating and leading community, to helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. Again, exploring ideas and creating activities that help people move forward in their lives. All these things I can see in those childhood experiences. So we're going to talk a little bit more about all of that. If you'd like to join us, leave community in the comments, and I'll send you a link. It's absolutely free to join, spam-free, pitch-free zone. We're going to meet for probably 4 calls. This is the first. You'll have access to this entire document and all 7 tips, and you're going to be surrounded by a group of fellow travelers that are on a journey very similar to the journey that you're on, which always makes things easier. And you'll be with a trusted guide, someone that has helped hundreds of people in this kind of journey where they are stepping into possibility, developing their potential, and delivering on their promise by aligning what they do with who they are and where they belong. So I hope to see you inside the call, on the call, inside the community. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with day 8 of 30 Days of Encore. And until then, be well, do good, have fun.